shot easy. Bars burst shotgun, pistol grip action. Feed a motherfucker more pellets than Batman. Undercover trying to listen in like rap fans. Two-step till you get your proof, yep, tap dance. We don't discriminate, just eliminate. Relocate bodies where it's hard to assimilate. Water be coughing so you can get all the help you want. As soon as you learn to speak up.
New York City rapping on the intro. What's up, y'all? The Curious Red Flags Podcast, episode 31. We just gonna jump right into it, man. I got a very special guest on the show, man. Y'all see him on B.E.T. And if y'all don't have the opportunity to watch B.E.T., y'all see him on your phone. You see him on your YouTube. You hear him in your headphones. You hear him musically. You watching him on his comedy special. Let's give it up for the one, the only Barry Brewer in the goddamn house. Barry Brewer in the house. What's up, brother?
What's up, Nick? Thank you so much, man, for all of those accolades, bro.
Listen, let me just start the show off like this. I'm gonna just say this, man, and I'm gonna say this in a positive way. When I first met you, and we used to talk on the phone, I used to be like, this guy has to be all types of crazy. And I'm gonna explain to you why. I'm gonna explain to you why I said all types of crazy. Okay. I said Barry has to be all types of crazy because you were speaking things to me that I didn't know was possible. Like I would talk to you on the phone, you'd be like, "Well, let's make a movie. Let's create this. Let's create." I'm like, whoa. Let's make a movie because you know when you were to Hollywood, people are always telling you things that you're like they'll sell you a dream, and you're like, "Come on." So you're like, "Let's make a movie," and then like 6 months later, you have a premiere in a theater for a film. And I'm like, he did it. He completed it. So, Barry, man, I got to give you your flowers, bro. You are, like, man. Before, there's a lot of people doing stuff right now. But you were doing it.
Thank you, man.
You were doing it. See, Barry is Godfather status. He's just like, thank you.
No.
Go ahead.
Can I see
go ahead.
First of all, thank you. First of all, it's really about just believing, man. Like I really stand on that, and I believe in a higher power. I believe in God, bro, and I believe that He's already destined me for greatness and destined me for certain things. And so when people like so amazed and giving you your accolades, first of all, you accept it because it's amazing. It feels good and it's a blessing for real. But it's really nothing else to say, man. Because I'm learning, man. You gotta believe it before everybody see it, and it's really hard for people, as it was for me, to believe things you can't see. To try to make it in this industry, you feel like there's gatekeepers and these people, and how people perceive you, or if they like your style of whatever you do, how you do it. Whether it doesn't matter what world you in. So these gatekeepers, you feel like, man, I gotta get in good with them, or the people that's working with them. All of these different politics, and I think the greatness and the genius of it is like, hey, I believe in me, and I'm gonna find one fan that likes me, and hopefully I can find 2, then 3, then 4, and however long I'm gonna do this until it's over. And I'm gonna keep building from there.
What keeps your foundation, right? Because it seems like nothing's changed. And what I mean by change is your morale, how humble you are. Like literally, like Barry, you walk. Like, all right, I'll give you an example. I used to work at Ralph Lauren back in New York, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's big time.
And but I was working in the stock room.
I'm just saying that Ralph Lauren in New York is just
New York. It's big, but I was in the stock room. That's what they put when I got there to sign the application. And I was like, I put there to do like register, and the guy was like, "Man, your back, look at your back, warehouse." You know what I'm saying? Like, he come on, he was laughing. He was laughing in the room. He was like, "Register warehouse." You know what I'm saying? So
that's hilarious.
That's what he told me. So, but Ralph Lauren, I didn't know his son was dressed like a bum. Wow. Like he was dressed like a bum, but I didn't know that was Ralph Lauren, and I found out that was his son, right? I want to get his son or something. What's my favorite number? And dude is $1 million, he's rich, right? But he walked around with this, like he could walk around. He's someone that could walk around the street and you won't know it's $1 million standing in front of you, right? Wow. So I say that with you. Let's go back.
Thank you, man. That's a great compliment.
B.E.T. was it one mic still was it? Let me get it right.
What the first thing I ever did?
Yeah, what was it first?
Coming to the Stage.
2004, right? Yeah. Then
first TV appearance ever.
First TV appearance. So what's your other TV appearance?
For comedy, I did B.E.T. Coming to the Stage. I then did this little movie called Lackawanna Blues. I was a piano player.
Okay.
Same year. Then I got Who's Got Jokes.
Who's Got Jokes?
And then I did Gabriel Iglesias next.
I remember, and we're gonna get into that a little later on.
Stand Up Revolution. Then I did Who's Got Next with Bob Sumner. On Aspire TV, and then I did Comic View, which some more hosted.
And then you got your own special.
And then I did my own special 2 years ago.
And that's just TV. Now you're on the internet, wilding on the internet right now, right? I just had Big Ja on the show a couple of weeks ago, and he gave a shout out to you.
To the max.
Jade, when I was talking to him, Jade was like, shout out to Barry Brewer, because he talked about the tour and how you put that tour together. We'll get into that. So
shout out to him, he created it.
With that being said, and it's crazy because y'all both saying y'all created it. That's
he
what's
created
dope.
the concept of the whole Crew of Stupid sketch and allowed me to have a big part in it. And so from that birthed the tour. Yeah, I'm a stand-up comic, so I'm always trying to say, how can I do what I do and, maximize on that. So it was a blessing.
But then you walk around like you've done, because, in some of our comics' minds, if I had your resume, right? I used to always act like how would I act. I'd be like, I'm trying to remember, like, if I had that resume, how I would be. Like, I'm like, you know who I am. You know what I'm saying?
I pray you don't act like that.
I won't do it. No, when I first moved out here, that was the idea. That was the idea. That's why my God is like, no, I'm gonna give you everything slow because you need to. But Barry, you've always been approachable. You've always been callable. And then on top of that, father, for me, when I say father of the year, father of the years, dope father. I watched you in my living room be a dad. And I mean be a dad. Like, be a dad and everything else. Like, your phone was blowing up. You're like, I don't care. How do you keep all that together?
Man, first of all, thank you.
Of course, man. I want to show you love on it. That's why you're here.
It's about giving your flowers while you can smell them.
Flowers. We're going to get to other stuff, so I want to give you your flowers on top of this thing.
I so appreciate that, man. First of all, thank you. Being humble to me, my mentor always said, it's the easiest thing for him to do. It's easy for me to do, too, because I think that when you know that you're only where you are because God allowed it, because he's gifted you or blessed you to be in that position, even to have the gift you have, right?
Yeah.
Like, because usually your gift is the reason why you get blessed with all these opportunities. Oh, you're really dope. You can sing or you can act or you're funny, da-da-da-da. Like, I was given that gift, right? I was given it. Like, I didn't ask for it. I didn't know I was funny. Like, you didn't know you were funny. Like, you kind of tapped into it. It's like, oh, man, shoot, I can do this. And so understanding there was always a gift given to you. And when somebody gives you a gift, you don't walk around arrogantly. If I gave you a Bentley, nigga, like, oh, you own, bro. You're like, bro, my bro gave this to me. You get what I'm saying? You'll never walk around like I'm doing it because it was a gift.
Yeah.
It wasn't because of me and why I did. It wasn't all me. It was because somebody thought enough of me to give me these things. So that's how I look at my career. That's how I look at my gifts first. And then understanding that the Bible says that your gift will make room for you. So understand that all the opportunities that come from that is ultimately from God. And if God gave it to me, then he gave it to me to do something. Comedy is not for me. I can't sit here and make myself laugh.
Okay. Right?
So my gift was given to help other people. So to act like I'm above these people that I was gifted to help laugh, it just seems crazy and not... And it doesn't seem like it's too productive to do that. And it seems like I would lose if I started to act away or be like, oh, yeah, you know who I am. Yeah. Like, it just seems weird to be like that. And I feel like I would only lose in that way. And I wouldn't get to all my dreams and my goals.
You were in the Comedy Union flyer on the major Saturday shows.
Yes.
So I was like, this guy is definitely a superstar. Moved to LA. It was like, I need to talk to this guy. This guy was on the flyer. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up because there's always, you see the comedy side, but you also have a competitive side.
Oh,
you have a basketball
you already know.
Side. Barry runs.
I want to win.
What is it? Like, look, humble out the window when it comes to sports. When it comes to sports,
you wouldn't think
Barry
is the same
person. We drove home one day. We drove home after a basketball game. And I was sitting in the car. At points, I was sitting in the car like this. I was like, and he was like, "What's up?" I was like, "I don't know who I'm winning the car.
I don't know who you are.
Because after the game, you switched right back into the mode you are now. And I'm like, who? What is this? What is this?
Who are you?
You're like, hey man, I gotta get ready to go host the show. And then you was like giving people good words. I'm like, this is crazy. But that's what's dope about you, man. You are a real person from Chicago.
Yeah, Southside all day.
Southside Chicago. Great dude, man. And I just wanted to give you your flowers at the top.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you so much for that.
Of course.
And I just didn't want to give you your props for doing that, for bringing somebody on your platform, really allowing them to feel good and to give them their props, man. That's a man. That's what a man is, y'all. A real man can sit there on his kingdom and get up off his throne and say, hey, man, I love you. I respect what you do. You're amazing, man. Da, 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 da. Like, that's a real man. So I just want to give you your
Well, think about this. For me to see you walk in here and be like, yo, this is dope. Understand, you inspire a lot. Because all this right now, I didn't believe in when you were telling me about it. I was like, yo, this guy, I don't know what he's trying to say. Because, you can't trust people when you come to LA.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't know what you trying to sell, bro. But let me just
get my feet wet first. I don't know where you're trying to run too fast.
Let me go to Hollywood Boulevard. Let me go out there and get some Wet Willie drinks, whatever it is. Let me just enjoy this. It's too much for the brain. Like, you calling me that I got a part for you. I come there. Barry had the cameras that hang off the wall in school. Like, I'm like, how did he get this here? What did he get?
You're so funny.
Permit? You talking about? Like, think about
Permits,
that. You like, hey, you gotta get permit. I'm like, what is he talking about?
Yeah.
What is he talking about? You had uniforms, costumes,
I did.
directors, reels,
2 cameras. Hey, but I had to learn, right? I had to learn it, man. Listen, it's been a journey for sure. So you just came and saw me at a certain place in that journey. Right, because I had to get there. Like, and obviously, we always look at where you are now versus where you were when you first came out. And somebody's looking up to you, like, man, I would love to just be where you are. And I think we're all doing that at some facet of our journey. But man, I'm grateful, bro. If I am a competitor on the court or just sports period or chess, whatever. I want to win naturally, but in life, I want to win. That's my spirit. But I understand that at the end of the day, God is I truly believe in God, bro. I don't try to push my faith on nobody else. Yeah, but
hey, red flag. If you got a problem with Barry pushing God on the Curious Red Flag podcast, you just tune off. You know what I'm saying?
But man, it means everything, bro. Because it's really the foundation and the source of why it all is what it is, And so I just believe any creation you've ever seen has a creator. And that creator created that creation for a purpose.
You about to bring me a whole
and I'm
Christian fan base. You about to go? They're gonna watch this episode. And I already know the comments. They're gonna be like, "Oh my God!" But make sure y'all follow Barry Brewer. Make sure you guys follow Barry Brewer and everything. I'm gonna have everything at the end of the video. Okay. Y'all know. Make sure y'all follow Barry. Sketches, all that. Let's get into this, man.
Yes, sir.
Happily married man.
Yes.
Right? This is why I brought you on the show, too. Okay, happily married man. Let's talk.
Let's talk.
Let's talk. You ever be in a club as a married man?
Yes.
Right?
I'm going to say yes already.
Right? All right, you're in a club. And you ever watch people that are single and be like, man, you're running the wrong place. You're like, what are you running the wrong? You ever just get that urge? You be like, man, I want to coach him, but I can't. I got to just sit back, right?
I always, and I was always in a relationship most of the time in my whole life, right? Mm-hmm. I've always been in long relationships, but this single life can be fun if you know where you are in your life.
You know had to be in a relationship because you're too smooth to be out here in the street. A lot of people
I just found out I was
charming. A lot of people hate you.
I just learned that. I got a few that hate me now.
Listen, a lot of comedians. I used to always be like, when I was married, I used to be like, yo, I used to tell comedians, I mean, you're lucky I'm married. So when I had my little off season, when I was divorced, and I had my little seasons, I was creating habit, but then I don't want to be out there. But you, Barry, because you sing. That's what's crazy. You sing, so you make comics. Comics are grateful that you married. Like, yes, Barry's not
one dude we don't gotta compete with.
I don't gotta compete with Barry.
But the thing is, if I was single, I would just find that one and move on too. Like, I would never be, cause I'm focused, bro. Like, that's what I mean. I've always wanted to find that queen that I could run with.
Nah, you don't have to be
and
humble.
we have
You
fun
let it
along
go.
the way with that.
Barry's
queen.
letting you basically, let me just break this code down.
I'm gonna talk for
Barry is letting you know that if he was on these streets, he would Thanos your dream. He'd snap it.
I would never do that.
Because he can sing. Yo, listen, ladies, Barry plays the piano.
I do.
How many niggas do you know, right, that are making the moves he makes, that plays the piano as humble? I'm letting you know right now, if I was playing the piano, I'd be like, yo, chick, don't get on out of here. You know, get out of here, girl. I just play. Yo, if a girl would be like, hey, baby, can you play? I'll hit one thing and be like, oh, you gonna have to. That's like lobster. That's like lobster. You know what I'm saying? I just got you lobster for that. Bing. You know what I'm saying? But so you. The reason why I'm asking you this question is because
you can be real with me, just so you know. You can be honest.
No, I know. That's why you here. Listen,
yeah.
Seahawks quarterback.
Seahawks.
Russell Wilson.
Uh-huh.
He's with Ciara.
Yeah.
Men are mad. They're calling him a simp. Now, do you know what the definition of that is? Because I'm
Seem
not
like a lame, like a punk, like somebody that's not cool. Is that what make that?
So my whole thing is people are like, he's out here taking care of somebody else's kids or whatever.
That's a good man.
But why are people mad? What's going on?
It's a deep. I don't want to get deep because
don't get deep. What's going on with men,
bro? It's the culture. It's the ignorant.
Is it the culture or is it the men?
No, it's not just the men.
Okay.
You got to look at this because some of them women feel the same way. The culture. Listen, what are you, when you look at someone and you're like, why are you mad? You got to look at the morale of that person. What's important in life? Like, is it just about getting a bag? Do they care about family? Do they care about leaving a legacy? Do they care about making life better so generations from after us can live better and have more opportunities and so forth and so on? Like, having that understanding is why a man will raise another child that's not his, because he cares about the future that he's leaving for the world, right? If that young man don't have a father or young lady don't have a father and I step in to be a father, I care about the generations to come. I care about the world. It's not about me. It's selfless. So people that can't understand that are usually very selfish people, very naive people, or people that doesn't have foresight or what's not important to them is leaving a legacy. That's not important to them. You feel me? So that's why I say it goes deep. It ain't even funny. It's just people don't see what they don't see.
There's this saying, if you watch the Marvel movies, right? I don't know if you're into superhero movies.
I am very much so into.
So you're the multiverse, right?
Yes.
Now, I believe men create multiverses for women. Let me explain what I'm saying.
Okay.
There's a lot of women I've hurt in my past, right?
I can only imagine.
But my hurt that I've given them, not saying I planned this.
No, you didn't.
But created better relationships for them as I was hurt and created better relationships with me. We create wormholes. So what I'm saying is this. I'm not saying the guys that Ciara dated were bad. But she came along in an era where they were going to do her bad. So she goes and she meets this guy, right? Because people are like, oh, she's acting different. But she's met someone who's maybe matured, brought the better, and I haven't seen anything but positive things from this relationship. And then not only that, man, how many men is looking up to say they can eat Ciara's ass every day? Because Ciara's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? She's beautiful.
And she's talented.
You know what I'm saying? And
she seems like a nice person.
She's a nice person. And she just seems like someone you just like, babe, I need this do the busted challenge on me. This is how, like, she's sexy. And my whole thing is she's happy.
And that's what matters.
People today create this of anger of where it's like, I don't, you good. He just walked off.
No, I'm stretching my leg.
Barry, it's a small table. Y'all hair told y'all it's a small table. Barry's working with the accommodation. We're gonna get better.
It looks good though. It doesn't look like
it's going. You know what I'm saying? This is my Lego studio.
Hey, and that's all. Hey, work with what you got until you can get more. Keep building.
You have to. I feel like you got people that are at like, why don't I have that? So so I guess the question is, why are people judging other people to this era? It never was like that back in the day. Was it social media now?
I think people always, I think it's definitely on steroids now because you can see a lot of people's lifestyle and things of other people's lives through social media. But I would say the reason why people judge other people is because they are not very focused on their own lives. They're not very happy in their own lives. They're not very driven about what's important in life. And so they consume themselves with those things. I think, toxic people, what it said, hurt people. Like, whatever's not going well, they look for it in the world. And some people judge people because they're not happy with themselves, or they think, oh, I'm not doing well, you shouldn't, they'll find a negative in you. So I think that has a lot to do with it. I think there's a million other reasons why.
Have you ever been angry, seen another relationship? Has any relationship ever made you be like,
I've only been felt that way when it was somebody I wanted to be with.
Okay.
Like Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan. I feel like that.
You wanted to be with Lori Harvey? No, it's all good. Listen.
No, I'm being funny. I think they make a beautiful couple. But I'm just saying, unless I was with somebody or somebody I really liked or something, got with somebody, that's the only time I would feel a little way about that relationship. But it wasn't like about their love. If they really were happy, then I would feel better.
There was a time I wanted the community box.
What's a community box?
There's someone that was shared. There was a time like
a chick they go to
a chick that was there. Everybody, I was like, what's my turn? There was a time,
but you just want her for a particular thing.
Just for that particular thing,
right? And you don't want her to be your wife.
You don't want to be your wife, and that's what I'm saying about Ciara at this point. I'm not saying she was.
Is she community box?
Well,
it was with one guy.
She was with Bow Wow and she was with 50 Cent, right?
But Bow Wow hit.
Bow Wow, they was in a relationship. They was in.
But this is what I'm saying. That's not community.
Future, no, sorry. Yeah, Future, Bow Wow. But here's the thing. I'm not. We stop y'all. Cause I'm not judging. I didn't say
but
she was.
That's only two people.
No, she was in Future, Bow Wow, and she was with 50 Cent, right? But
50 Cent.
50 Cent, yeah.
Ciara was with 50 Cent.
Yeah, you remember she was dating 50, and then like,
did he hit?
Man, I don't know. I think so.
So that's what I'm saying. But, right, we don't know who did what.
I don't want to put it out there because I get next you know somebody see the thing they take it down.
Right?
Ciara, I'm like Ciara. Like, listen, Ciara, I love you,
but she's not. And
she's not. But what I'm saying is,
right.
What I'm saying is,
but that's when you date in the industry, in the public eye. It sometimes it is judging. People judge, but they don't know the insides. But that just comes with the territory.
No, the reason why I brought that up because I want the people to understand this. You guys see these celebrities, like, I'm just going to use some of the women, I guess, and they'll be like Kim Kardashian, she messed with a plethora of people. Ciara, she messed with whoever she messed with, right? But she messed with a plethora of people because it was Chris Humphries, Reggie Bush,
Kanye,
Ray J, the Locker Room, whatever it is. All I'm saying is, whatever it is. But here's the thing what I'm saying, right? Here's what I'm saying. Red flag, right?
Where's mine? I need to throw that on that.
Red flag. Here's what I'm saying. It don't necessarily mean that the guy is a simp or he's a sucker. He don't hang with none of them niggas. He don't hang with them. So he don't care. So that's why I said with Michael B. Jordan, everybody's like, Lori Harvey, this nigga don't hang out with these people on a regular day. He don't care.
And it doesn't matter. Somebody else's trash is somebody else's treasure. And that even goes in relationships. You may think she ran through all these dudes or she slept with all these dudes, but that could be their perfect soulmate. And I'll say this openly as a man. If somebody I wanted to marry, I'm already married, but if she ran through all these dudes and I fell in love with her, I want to be with who I'm in love with, and I'm not going to judge her about her past for whatever reason she did whatever she did. And that's maturity, right?
And we don't have to teach some shit.
Right.
They come in with all the rules.
And I'm pleased most of the time. She bout that. She in the bedroom, she's satisfying me. So you can get with whoever you feel happy with. But it's really at the end of the day about that man and that woman. And if they both happy with each other, regardless of what their past was, how many people they was with, ain't nobody no simp because they winning.
So that nigga like before you love. When you walk down the street, you see like that move, man.
Exactly.
But don't say it, but say it mentally like that move. Boy, thank you.
They better not say that now.
Don't say it, but it's good. Because I done put moves out there. There's dudes out there should be thanking me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm humble. You know what I'm saying? I'm humble, Barry. I'm humble. I'm humble. And there's moves I've been taught. You know what I'm saying? That's what I've been taught. And I'm in a happy marriage. You know what I'm saying? Me and her not complaining. She learned thousands of moves, and I came with a move list.
He said,
now we good.
I thought he said, I can't. She got thousands, and I came with a move.
With a move.
I came with a move.
I came with a move.
She likes that move, but I came with a move. She got a lot of them. I came with one. So, but yeah, man, bro. It's a journey, man. Life is a journey, and at the end of the day, you're gonna always have people judging and looking at it in a negative way. But at the end of the day, it's not about them. And once you start focusing on that, man, I think we're all be happier and try to live with, you know, the higher vibrations and energy in life and try to focus on those things. But understand, when good is always present, you gotta understand evil is there too. So you're gonna always have some hate. You're gonna always have somebody picking at it. You're gonna always have some, like, no matter who, what celebrity, what good thing has ever came about in life that nobody didn't have a negative response? You can go do something for them charity. You can go give some money to a charity, and somebody will be like, yeah, but he didn't give it to them. Like they're gonna make it negative. Like, it doesn't matter what.
He gave them Legos.
Yeah,
he got more.
Oh, he could have gave them more. He only gave them that. Why would you take the negative? I mean, you can't. It's always that. So just accept that. I don't put my energy in that, bro, like, at all. But it is a fun conversation. But shout out to all y'all, man. I felt that way about Kanye. I'm from the south side of Chicago. When Kanye West decided to marry Kim Kardashian, I wasn't judging, but I was just like, ooh. And I know Ray J. You know
I understood.
But
I
at the
seen
end
the
of the
video.
but,
I get where.
But at the end of the day, and it's unfortunate they getting a divorce.
I'm not happy, and I'm glad you brought that up, because people are happy, are laughing, and this is my
That's
thing.
sad. That's just evil people, though.
My thing is this, I'm just gonna be honest. I'm gonna say this: race, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
I do not approve of people that date other races that have to tell you why. Oh, I don't date black women. I don't like that. But
date who you love.
I also don't like the people that judge someone that dates outside. You gotta understand something.
I got you.
There are certain souls that are set to make someone happy, to make someone feel good, to make them feel great. And we don't have the right to color shame or whatever it is. Although I love chocolate.
That's my favorite.
I've always, chocolate's always been my thing. I just can't look at porcelain booty the same way.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying? It just don't look.
I had nothing but chocolate my whole life.
Yeah, I like chocolate. Bounce a certain type of ways. A certain type of vibranium.
It tastes different.
It tastes different.
It's different than every other.
Yeah, I just don't like especially when the light hit the porcelain booty. It is a certain shadow. Dark brown booty just bounce different. You know what I'm saying? I like it. I like it. Dark brown.
I love it. I love it with you. I think black women are just, that's my fave.
Light skin black, dark skin black, African black, black on black.
Black on black.
I like it all.
Black on black. You see what I got on. You already know what it is.
Happily married man.
Uh-huh.
How was... Because I said this to someone today. I think the world is starting to realize just how much a relationship is important, a serious relationship. Because we didn't know COVID was going to hit. No, I didn't know that was going to hit. And when it happened,
imagine you be by yourself.
Because right when I was wilding, I would have had to move back home. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, I have a partner that I grew strong. We was already together. I grew strong in. We were already together for a year and a half, and then COVID hit, and we became 20 times stronger. And we done went through all the bad during COVID, like, because we had to curse each other out. There's nowhere to go. Like, you couldn't send me out in the street.
You gotta sit right there.
How was marriage in COVID, in quarantine?
For me, it was good. I've been with my wife 10 years, married for 5. Mm-hmm. We've obviously fallen into our
10 years.
10 years.
What are y'all doing to just be smiling? Like, what Barry? I don't want to know none of the dark secrets. y'all find out. But what are you like? What is okay? Mm-hmm. Barry, 10 years. How long y'all been together?
10 years, married 5.
You want to do the comedian, like, how long y'all been together? They go, whoa, man, that's long, like 10 years.
That feels like a long time.
What are you doing? What are you guys doing to continue to just be how you feeling right now?
Man, both of us are invested. One, I think that really matters. It's not one person doing a thing. It's both people being vulnerable, trying their best to try to make it work. For real. I think the foundation of every relationship, and I tell my wife this, is trust, communication, and respect. But what supports all three of those is maturity, the ability to see the bigger picture, even though I may not feel like it. Maybe I'm upset with you, but to talk to you. That's a principle that I have to apply even though I may not feel like talking to you. To respect you even though I don't feel like respecting you. You know what I mean? To trust you even though you cheated on me before and I don't like. But these are the very important foundational pieces that we need if we really saying, hey, I want to get to forever with you. Like for real, for real. When people say that, like, are you really meaning that? And that's what we say, we want to get to forever. And forever means you being vulnerable and honest and telling me some things about you maybe that will hurt my feelings or that you necessarily are embarrassed about. Like really being vulnerable with your partner and really sharing with who you are with them. And like, hey, if it's meant to be for us to be to make it to forever, me being vulnerable is only going to bring us closer together. And if it just pushes us away, then maybe you weren't meant to be with me forever. But me being honest and trying to always just do things in love, man, I think is what we both try to practice. And I admire my wife for that. So shout out to Jasmine for that.
He shouted you out on the show.
Shout out to Jasmine Brewer. My 98 and 2, as my mom would say.
But you got the cheat code because you sing too.
No,
like so I feel like whenever
she
y'all
thinks
get
she can
into
sing
it,
better than me. We be battling, yeah, because she sings a little bit, so she thinks she can sing better than me.
Oh, so it's not even impressive. If you get into anything, you be like,
She
Jay! Like that.
She'll do it.
Right. she do it, but y'all be having versus battles in the house.
She's a brainiac. She's a brainiac. She's very smart. She's one of those.
She's very supportive. I've seen her at shows with you.
Yeah,
and she's very, because she's not one of those wives that just laugh at everything. She's a real one. She'll be like you know what I'm saying, like and that's how you like it. She'll be like, all right, I need to talk to you about this, or I need it, and she's very supportive. I met her when I first moved out here. Very dope, very supportive. We got
B.E.T. Black Entertainment Television.
What's the name of the show?
Which one? I'm blessed to be on 2.
I know about bruh.
I'm on Games People Play too.
Just stunting.
No, I'm not stunting.
You know what I'm saying? I said, Barry, he go, which one?
I'm on 2 shows.
I thought you what
it's like me ask you which.
Congratulations. I didn't know you was on 2 shows.
If I ask you, hey, I like the Nikes you wear, you be like, which ones?
That's different, man.
That's not different.
See that? That's see that? That's when you humble. He compared Nikes to 2 shows where you can buy 100 of the Nikes I have. That's
a blessing. I don't got no 100 Nikes.
I check on Barry, red flag, okay, in our friendship. I check on Barry every once in a while. We talk.
Yes.
I mostly know about all the album and album drop.
I need to work out with you.
Anytime.
I know you.
Listen, Barry, album, comedy specials, I'll call him on it. I know about bruh.
Yeah.
What's the other show you on, Barry?
So, I did 1 season. I'm finna film the 2nd season. It's called Games People Play. It was with Lauren London. It was a show. It was a basketball show kind of on BET. It was my first television show. It's been COVID really affected them filming the season. We going in a week or so to film in Atlanta the 2nd season. And Bro was my 2nd blessing on show. Obviously, you know, that show, I'm a lead on that show, so that's a blessing. But I was recurring on the other show where I got to work with Lauren London, Jackie Long, Saronis from Insecure, my girl Parker McKinney from
that's when he's my girl Parker.
She was from My Wife and Kids. She was a little girl on My Wife and Kids.
I'll just walk out. You'll be like, yeah, you know, and my girl Lauren, like if you to give her like a nickname, I just walked up. You probably have a nickname for her?
Lauren?
Like a friend?
No.
Like do you call it? Do you like LL?
Shout out to them. No.
Like,
Me and Lauren didn't start off on the best of notes. But you know, I got a chance to I gotta call my son and do push-ups. Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle, man. But I got a chance to really first season meet their son. She always would bring their son to set. You know, and chill, you know, work with set. So it was just a blessing to work with people.
I'm angry. Any man that get to work with Nunu. Understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, Nunu was on there.
Blessing.
Yeah.
I don't care about anything else Barry did. He worked with Nunu. He said, Barry, this book that's behind me reminds me of you. The Mamba mentality.
Oh, I love it.
I'm just letting you know
Shout out
right
to Kobe.
now. You work with Barry, he cashed you for something, you better come prepared. Barry will rip your head off.
Man,
and in a good way.
In a good way.
Barry,
We all
in a good way.
Hey, I think we all should, and everybody's not, but we should always be striving for greatness, man.
Are you going back on tour?
I hope so when the world
We got
open back up.
the
Whole crew is stupid.
Whole crew is stupid.
I hope so, man. You know this pandemic is really taking things.
But it don't seem like people care. It seems like people are back doing what they want to do.
Kind of.
It's traffic out there.
But it hurts when you're trying to put a tour together, right? Because now you gotta find people who want to come out because people are still scared. People are still fearful of their lives, and naturally so, right? Respectfully so. So, but yes, I hope so. I hope Ja and Minx will want to come back out. I want to keep building that and adding more people to it, you know, and just making it a thing where we can all kind of create that, you know, naturally. I like to play. I'm a LeBron when it comes to entertainment. Like, I want to pass the ball. Like, I like to play with a team.
Do you remember? I got booked for a church show, right? I'm gonna just tell you just how this played out. I'm gonna see if you remember this.
Okay.
And there was a whole lineup, and I was on the lineup, right? So I'm walking up the church stairs. Barry puts his hand in my chest, like, me and you, let's go outside. So we go into this trailer, and you're like, tell me your jokes, please. And I tell you, like, no, that's exactly why I wanted to speak. You was like, you can't say this. You need to do. But Barry punched up, like, he gave me the edited version. Because let me tell you, I'm going to tell you how grateful I am about that, right?
Uh-huh.
I did another church show.
Yeah.
And I had this joke that I did about, it was a sexual joke, right?
Uh-huh.
But I tried to clean it up at this church show, right?
Uh-huh.
I don't know how the joke went, but I remember saying the joke, and everybody was laughing. Some people were kind of weird, but this one dude was like, "You're going too far!" Like, he screamed it out in the church. He's like, come on, brother. You're going too far, right? And I was laughing. I made a joke out of him, which brought him in, but I reminded me of, like, yo, this is what Barry was talking about. Because I remember at the show, this is after I did that. I was like, let me try to see if this joke worked. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get a little cocky or whatever. And there was another joke that I did. But the funny thing about it is, it was about having sex on the couch. I was like, man, the first thing I ever had sex with was a couch. Right? I said,
You
man,
did this joke in church.
So this is what I said. I'm gonna tell you what I said. I said, look.
Okay.
I said, a lot of y'all. I said, you know how we all got here. I said, man, my first girlfriend was this couch. You know what I'm saying? I used to slam the couch, right?
Did you
and
say
people was laughing,
slam
the couch. I thought that would be biblical, right? Slam. I was like, clean, right?
What?
Clean, right?
Slam the couch.
Slam the couch, but
Okay.
man, but
crazy.
you. I remember you spoke to. He was like, Nick, no. He was like, I heard your material. And
I used to slam the couch.
Slam the couch.
You can't say that in church, okay?
Yo.
And if you're gonna talk about sex in church, it got to be so like
you said a joke, and it wasn't even dirty, and they turned the lights off of you when it comes.
Yes,
Remember the church?
I said nigger.
He said nigga. They said like this.
Yes.
Lights off.
Yes, they did.
Lights off.
Yes, they did. He turned the lights off of me. Sure did. That pastor with us at the church. I was doing a grandma. Yeah, I was doing a grandma character, and he turned it, and that's what my grandma said in church. So I was just like, "What's wrong with y'all?" You know, they turned the lights off.
What kind of comedian are you? All right, I just want to put this out before we wrap this up.
Mm-hmm.
Are you just a comedian? Do you go by church comedian? Do you go by like clean comedian?
I'm just a comedian.
Because I used to have when it come to church comedians, right?
Yeah.
I had you,
Mm-hmm.
Ron, and
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Edwards in my top 3
Mm-hmm.
of church comedians.
I
Because
don't
everybody
believe
else, at that time, everybody else.
I don't want to be in that number.
No, here's why I gave you that. Because everybody
appreciate
else,
it,
I used to be asleep. I was like, I don't want to hear this. Like,
Yeah.
but y'all used to make it fun. But then, as I got to watch more of your material, I gotta take him out of this top 5 because he does comedy. Like, you're not.
And,
You're,
and the other two do too.
Well, no, they do comedy too.
Yeah.
Let me say that. Aaron Edwards, Ron G, both hilarious, but Ron is different because Aaron is all the way clean, right? When I mean by clean,
all the way clean, what do you mean? Because I think all 3 of us are all the way clean. Like, we don't say nigga because he say nigga.
He says Nick. No,
what's clean? Like not
church?
cussing, right? Or not talking about sex.
Not
or what?
not cussing and not talking about sex. Like, yeah,
but
because Aaron,
we do.
I watched Aaron do a
stuff.
church show, and Aaron was on fire. I was like, he's not even cussing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But
I
I don't. I watch you do your comedy, you're more prior. Like it's like no. It's like I was like this guy can't be like you could do clean, but this is not your. How can I say? Because there's some comedians that just go by gospel church comedians.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Like I learned how to be funny in every way, but church was where I got my start at.
Yeah.
Right? And then you see more stronger church comedians because that's the only crowd they work. When I started comedy, my biggest fan, I was the biggest fan of Martin. So even though I started comedy in church, I understood I had to go take it to the comedy clubs. So when I took it to the comedy clubs, I couldn't talk about church. I had to talk about other parts of my life. So I started talking about other parts of my life, but I just stayed clean. Because that's just how I talked. I wasn't trying to be a clean comedian.
Yeah.
That wasn't like what I aspired to do. My favorite comedians, Martin Lawrence and Jamie Foxx. So I was just wanting to be funny. But I learned that I didn't talk like that in my regular conversation. So that was just me being honest. Because people come up to me all the time like, man, you think I should be clean? I'm like, comedy is really about being honest. You know, yeah, being clean gets you more work. That's the fact. But I think, honestly, to be really good at that art form, you got to be honest with really who you are. And I think those are the greatest comedians.
I kept it real with my father's pastor. Because he was like, I like your comedy, man. He said, man, I think, you might want to give your comedy to God. I think it's a message.
Give your
He
comedy
told me
to
to
God.
get comedy and do some church. I was like, I think God gave you the wrong message, man. I like you. I don't know what you listen to from me, but that's not. But let's just say, man, Barry.
Yes, sir.
I am very appreciative and happy that you came out here to do the show because a lot of y'all, Barry, I think you got to get back on a plane tomorrow
morning. Yeah,
there you go. Got to get back on a plane, back and forth. I'm pretty sure that he leaves here. I mean, I've been COVID tested before today, and I'm clean.
I was
just
COVID tested
but,
twice.
But I know after he leaves me, he's going to get COVID tested again because he's on the B.E.T. contract. And
I actually do get.
If they see this episode, they're gonna be like, Barry, you were too close.
No.
Too close to him. But no, this is my brother.
Yeah.
And I love you, bro. I'm so happy to see you doing all the things that I did that I thought you were crazy for when you spoke to me back in the day. Album. What's the name of the album? David and Goliath. Let's say
Conquer Goliath.
Conquer Goliath.
It's a musical album that's on all platforms. It's I would love for y'all to check it out. Musical album, my first album, Conquer Goliath.
Produced, wrote, and has its own comedy special out right now.
Chicago I'm Home, which is on all platforms. Chicago I'm Home. It's on Prime Video. Buy it on Apple. You can watch it on YouTube. Please go check it out. It's my first hour stand-up special.
Bruh on B.E.T. Plus.
Tyler Perry's Bruh on B.E.T. Plus. Please check that out. First season is already up, 24 episodes, and hopefully season 2 will be coming this spring.
The Secret Life of Laura London that I didn't know about. The
Called
TV
Games
show.
People Play. Games People Play premiered on network, but it is on B.E.T. Plus as well. So you can watch Games People Play on B.E.T. Plus as well. We're about to film season 2 of Games People Play, so hopefully this fall on BT, you will be seeing season 2 of Games People Play, starring all those people.
The whole crew's stupid.
The whole crew is stupid. Is always doing sketches. My boy Minx, Job, myself, Ken, Troy, Craig, Nate, everybody. Like it's a million of us. We will be hopefully going on tour when the world open back up. But Jai is about to drop an actual When the Whole Crew is Stupid sketch show. So
he talked about that on a couple episodes ago.
So he's been in production on that.
So there y'all have it. Make sure you guys
please follow me.
Follow Barry Brewer.
Yes, and I do a thing called Motivational Mondays every Monday.
That's right, Motivational Mondays.
Get on and do after I leave here.
Motivational Mondays.
And if you just needed some encouragement, man, and you're chasing your dreams, I just really want you to know that you just have to believe, despite what you may feel, despite the moments, as we're both doing right now. This is him living his dream, and it's me living my dream. And when you see people like in places that you want to be, understood that it started with their belief and then their actions to show that belief. But I just believe dreams do come true, and I think as we become adults, we forget that. So if you don't remember nothing else, believe that dreams do come true, and if you believe, you will see it come to pass.
Episode 31. Peace.
Peace.
Ain't no